Anyone who's watched this channel for any significant amount of time knows that I am a huge fan of the year 2007 and the movies that came out then. It came out with what I'd say is the last great slew of movies out of Hollywood. It was There Will Be Blood, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, and No Country for Old Men. Today, in an interview, it was announced that there is actually a longer, better cut of The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. It's a comment made by Andrew Dominik, the director. He says he would love to see Criterion release the 3-hour version of his 2007 Western. This would be absolutely incredible. There were talks about how there was a good bit of interference with the studio. This is a movie produced by Ridley Scott. He really stood behind Andrew Dominik's vision. Andrew Dominik also went on to make Killing Them Softly. He made Chopper before that, which I'd encourage you to check out. He's coming out with a new Marilyn Monroe movie, I think this year on Netflix, which is supposed to be very controversial, rated NC-17. The first time that Netflix is really going to go for a movie that is that, I would say, pushing the envelope. So, looking into what the actual comments were throughout the interview, it says that the movie is widely regarded as both one of the best Western films of the 21st century and one of the most prominent examples of studio interfering with a great movie. Dominik's moody, contemplated Western has more in common with Terrence Malick than John Ford and Howard Hawks, but there are plenty of stories of Warner Brothers trying to make the film more mainstream. However, despite a brutal editing process, Dominik was still able to release a film that illustrated his vision and earned 2 Oscar nominations. The cinematographer Roger Deakins, who this is one of the most beautiful movies ever made, said, "I would really like to see the long version. The first cut that I saw released on Criterion. That's what I'd hoped for. It was over 3 hours. I don't think it ever will, because last time I talked to Andrew about it, he was quite happy with the version that got released, but I still remember that first early cut that I saw that was like 3 1/4, I think, and it was pretty stunning." His comments made Andrew Dominik then weigh in, who confirmed the existence of a longer cut, which he says he prefers to the original, but lamented the fact that neither Warner Brothers or Criterion seemed interested. He said, "Listen, we tried to get Warner Brothers to allow us to release a longer version of it. They're not interested in doing it, and I think somebody tried to petition Criterion to do it. Criterion was not interested in Jesse James. There's a better version of Jesse James, in my opinion, that's about 15 minutes longer, and that's the one Roger was talking about." Whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know. I would love to see a longer version. The movie already, if you love the movie, then you're not going to be thrown off by an additional 15 minutes. And the movie is so, every single scene adds so much fear from so many different perspectives that the idea of another 2 scenes could be really pivotal in this movie. The movie is already, I would say, pretty close to perfect. I would just want to take this as an opportunity to say, if you have not seen The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, really watch it. Every single performance is some of the best of every single one of the actors in that movie. Brad Pitt, Casey Affleck, Sam Rockwell, Zooey Deschanel even. Everyone is firing on all cylinders. It deals with so many different ideas of what it means to hold a legacy, what fame means, deals with jealousy, and does so with a really, really, really fantastic story. And it does have much more to do with Terrence Malick. The way that it's shot is absolutely incredible. The landscapes and the lighting of the landscapes plays as much of a character of the Old West as Jesse James does. It's a fantastic movie. It's very mysterious and tells a story of what seems like a well-known character, someone who's more of a mythical character, and really breaks down the myth, and especially Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt as Jesse James, he's just such a, you can see a destroyed person in that movie. I don't want to talk about it too much. It's really, watch it if you have not seen it. If you have seen it, watch it again. It's really, really good. I would love if Criterion released a longer version. I would love if this just got a Criterion release. I think that'd be incredible. So what are your thoughts of the movie Assassination by Jesse James? Now that it's being talked about in the news, I might review it soon on the channel. Do like a deep dive into the movie. Give me your thoughts on the movie if you've seen it. Also be sure to like and share the videos, and also subscribe to 5 Minute Critic for future updates on reviews and movie news.